Boop. It's me, Shardio! It's day 19! It's day 19. And it's time. The day is here. The moment we've all been waiting for. And by we, I really mean I. Maybe some of you. It's the Champion Chase Tournament. And we get to see just how many points it's going to cost to get these 15 fragments. Because we do need all 15 fragments. Like if another pop-up. If we, oh, hey, look at that. Basically, I have to do everything at once. Even before I signed in, I had full energy. I had just full everything. Full energy, full tokens here. Just get somebody in there. Get her in there. I don't need her for anything right now. She may as well level. But we can go to the market. We can get, just a couple extra mystery shards to make this work. But we're gonna be pulling probably everything to make this work. Tempting, but no. And I don't know if I need to go for the really expensive ones. Like normally, I'd probably just get everything because you could see like 1 point. We can buy champions from the shop. Even that can add up. But for instance, this is also just 1 point usually, so it gets expensive pretty quickly. What we're gonna do here, let's go to the notes. So what we're gonna do is we are going to start with the big ticket items. We got Rathalos, we got Jizo. These are both coming in. We're gonna collect them. We're gonna get an instant 750 points, and then we're gonna go after the. I might pull the Sacred next. I don't know. I probably should. And and then the Void, then the Ancients, and then however many mysteries it takes. So it was 1682. Where is it now? We have 452 mystery shards. So here we go. We should probably make a prayer to RNGesus or something. And you know what? I just fibbed. I just fibbed. I said we were going to pull the instant ones first. Okay, we're going to look at the points. That's how we're going to start. I swear I'm organized today. And I did not just get up, and my brain is not half asleep. Oh, that's good. Okay. So, it's a tournament. This tab may take a moment to load because the game likes to mess with me. It just likes to do that. So here's the Champion Chase Tournament. 2,500. Oof, I can live with that. I can live with that. How close are we if we look at the notes? We're about 800 points shy. We can make it work because also this is the worst luck. Are we going to have the worst luck? Like the worst luck in the world. We basically have to pull like we have to pull all our ancients and it'd have to be absolutely zero epics in it. And I'm expecting some. Like if we get zero epics and zero Legos, that's gonna be such a bummer. But we're gonna do with it. We're gonna go. So RNGesus. I'm not even gonna be greedy. RNGesus, please just don't screw us. That's all I ask. If I can call a specific thing, I don't know. What is the boosted event? I don't even remember. Or rather I didn't check. So it is this dude. Okay. RNGesus? This guy. This guy right here. That's who we want. I think some people have been complaining that he was not particularly good, Fatalis, but I don't know, he looks cool. He is going to be good on our account, that's for sure. Um, he has the potential to just do sick amounts of damage, but I don't know. Some of the other content creators have tested him out. They find him underwhelming. There are a number of cool ones. You know what? RNGesus, please give us the Blade Masters. So without further ado, just anyone at all, like the Archer, any of the other non-summonable Blade Masters. Heck, if it's possible to pull duplicates of the Blade Masters, I'm actually not sure if it's possible to pull duplicates, but if it is, Even that would help us. It'd make them stronger in the Guardian Ring, but I don't know if that's possible. So we go to the tab. It's time. It's been long enough. I'm also going to leave the login rewards unclaimed for now because of course it has to be energy today. So that's yet another thing I just don't even want to get into. So here we go. There's Rathalos. And um sure, share. Share post. Oh my God. And we get Jizo. So here we go. And that's good. We got it. Did it get sent to here? Oh no, what is going on? I'm ruining my own video. I'm sorry about that. Okay. And now it's opening Vivaldi. Anybody else out there use Vivaldi? Anybody out there still using Firefox or Internet Explorer or Netscape? So many browsers now. I like Vivaldi. Anyway, here we go. So the Sacred Shard. You know what? Let's start with the Void Shard because I would like that special Void guy, but this is going to be the only Void on the account. So whatever it is, it's a rare. It's Interceptor. Okay, well that's 50 points for us, and we technically have a Void again. She can decrease turn meter of all enemies. I can see that maybe being useful. Um, Attack a single enemy with Sleep and a weaken if you can't play Sleep. That's pretty cool. If I understand this right, you could hit a boss with this, and you wouldn't be able to sleep the boss, and that means you'd be placing the weaken. So this looks like a guaranteed weaken. Heck, she could even be on our clan boss team, for all I know. So the turn meter thing is one thing. We could probably use this in Spider as well, which is coming up. It's kind of weak sauce, isn't it? But anyway, that's our void. That's the void that we have. What is our sacred RNGesus? So here it is. It's an epic. It's Talia. Is she the one that partners with Fenax? Yeah, she's Fenax's partner. She has bombs, but I guess only with Fenax in the team. Man, she's got 3 hits on the A1. She has 3 hits on the A1. We could probably use her for Fire Knight as well, and I'm still doing Fire Knight for the events. Like, where are we now? We're at 45 fragments. I got 60 on each of the other accounts. Still at 45 here. Fire Knight is still not done. This is kind of an interesting side note. Fire Knight is taking longer on the mini, despite the fact that I have like a 30-second Fire Knight team. But we're talking like Fire Knight 6 is what I'm doing. And I cleared Fire Knight on the other two before I managed to complete the Dungeon Divers tournament or the Dungeon Divers event. But the Dungeon Divers event looks like it's done, and I've cleared it from every event, so that's good, because otherwise we would be SOL. So we'll do Fire Knight right after this. I'll show you my team. I'm pretty pleased with my team, really. But first, let's get some Ancients out. So how close are we, out of curiosity? We should be at 1,050 something, if my calculation is correct. So bear with me. I mean, you're in for the long haul anyway. These episodes are usually an hour or so. I'm probably going to cross-reference this as both a shard pull video and an episode in the best start guide series, because it is both, but it's probably rapidly going to become just a best start guide after we've cleared this. So here we are. We're in first place for now. Obviously, everybody's going to be trying to get at least 2,500. If we could get to 3,000, that could be even cooler, because getting an extra Lego book is going to help us actually book these champions. we are going to need Lego books, and we are not going to be getting them from Clan Boss for a while because you can't get a legendary book from Clan Boss until you are hitting the top chest of Nightmare. So, and my lucky hat hasn't paid off yet. My lucky hat has to pay off. I swear it pays off every single video somehow. So we're going to get lucky somewhere. That's what's going to happen. So let's go to the summon portal. We've got the ancient shards. I'm not even going to splurge on more. Basically, we're just going to pull these. We're going to see what we get. And whatever I'm missing, we'll see if I can make up for it later. So we got 100 points. That means it's going to be nothing but rares. We got Templar, who's campaign farmable. Eris, that's campaign farmable. We've got Apothecary. This is maybe the best thing on the list here. Let's click on Apothecary quickly. This is the guy that I've actually been talking about would be absolutely awesome for Fire Knight, because here he's got the triple hitter on his A1. He has this nice heal, which is nice. It's not really a fantastic move. It's powerful on a single target. It can save you in a pinch. This aura can actually really help in dungeons, which is basically the part of the game we're in now. And finally, in several other episodes, I was mentioning how Diabolist was like my main gal because she's this magic affinity champion that I had that had increased speed and turn meter fill, but they were on two different moves. If only I had Apothecary. I have Apothecary. RNGesus, is this what I was asking for? Because I did ask, please don't fuck us. But because right now we're getting really shafted for points. But Apothecary's great. He's probably going to make the list. We are probably going to build him. I'm even going to go ahead and add him. He's going to be at least a 5. I don't even have a lot of room here. I don't even know if this shows up, but I'll just put Apo. Apo's great. So thank you, RNGesus, for giving us Apothecary. He is particularly valuable early, and honestly, so is Eris, albeit for similar reasons. Eris she's got the counterattack. She can, if she knocks somebody out, she gets an extra turn. That can be useful if you build her with a lot of damage, or just if you have a nuker that's not quite making it, and then she just kind of takes pot shots at the rest of them. So she can also be great. And she might also make the clan boss team, in fact, because this can get to a 3-turn cooldown. She puts increased speed on the whole party, much like Apothecary, making everybody very fast. You have to book her to get there, though, and we're probably going to campaign farm to book her. And the speed in dungeons is also nice, come to think of it. But the main thing is actually the mini cleanse. So it removes one random debuff from all allies. And often, like, for a while when I was playing this game, I kept overlooking that. This is incredibly powerful. It basically means she gets to put increased speed and cleanse debuffs off you when you're dealing with Clan Boss, because he only ever puts one debuff. So all things considered, like, we even got a duplicate of Spy Master. This is actually, if we were just going to get a bunch of rares, this is a really good bunch of rares to get. This is not a terrible bunch of rares. It just isn't a stellar bunch of champions because we wanted at least an epic. So come on, RNGesus, please give us more than 100 points. There we go. We're getting an epic. We're getting an epic. We're a little bit closer. There's Spirit Host. Here's Galek. We have all 4 of the starters now. We have Galek. So we could build all 4 starters if we wanted. I don't want to, though. I'm not building Elaine or Galek right now. There's just too much to do. Soulbond Boyer is kind of like Cold Heart's, less cool, less hot, less intelligent sister. She's just kind of there. She's part of the family. She sort of does enemy max HP damage, but not in any way as good as not as good as Cold Heart. Not even as good as Armiger. Her modifier, I think, is something like, I don't know, it's low. I don't remember offhand what it is. I'm not going to embarrass myself by guessing and getting it wrong. Spirit Host, I was talking about how we needed block debuffs. She's got the block debuffs. She's got an increased attack buff, too, that she can put on the whole party. She's got a speed aura lead. You will see her in Arena a lot. early on because she's just a really useful rare, particularly for arena. And this is kind of cool. Her only attack heals her. So, great kit. Like, you could probably put her on the clan boss team. She'd be keeping herself alive. You don't even have to put her in lifesteal because she's going to be stealing back 50% already, which is already a better rate than lifesteal. I think is 30%. Anyway, we got Haskerol. Is this the guy that blocks stuns? Come to think of it? Yeah, he's immune to stun. Man, this guy could be our stun target for clan boss. He'd be nuts. He'd be extremely good. He puts increased defense on all allies. That's going to make us last longer against clan boss. This guy's going to be a clan boss monster. This isn't going to help with clan boss. This guy's going to be really good. He can attack all enemies, place stun on them. We have a crowd controller. Guys, this is it. Like, if we were only going to get one epic, this guy's solid. This guy's really solid. So thank you, RNGesus. Well, I'll take Hoskarol as the victory. But RNGesus, you know, we got 2 ancient shards left. We could save up to do one more 10 pull later. Maybe I'll do that. So let's check on the scores. I was really hoping to clear it now, but it's looking like we might have to do some fancy aerobics to get there. So we are getting these 5. That's something. So what's that getting us to? On the mini. So we now have 50 because from the champion chase tournament we got 5, so that drops to 10. So we'll collect her. I'll leave the energy. There's no point in collecting the energy yet. Man, and to think I wore my lucky hat for this. Was this lucky? Let me know in the comments if you think this was lucky or not. I can't tell. Maybe I'll just pull the other 2 ancient shards now to see what's going on, because we are still so shy. But I could do another one when we get to, you know what, we're full on energy. I'm going to show you guys the Fire Knight team. This is what we're going to do. So I'm taking my hat off. We're done the shard pull section for now. More shard pulls to come. I'll probably do another follow-up video towards the end of the event. We're going to go to the dungeons, and we're going to fight Fire Knight 6. Fire Knight 6 is perfect for us because we got the Spirit Affinity. And what I've done with this team, let's just hit start. We can look at the presets after. But basically, it's predicated on the idea that our aura lead is Skink, and he's got an aura that increases attack of anybody who's magic. And anybody who's magic, you can see, like, it's perfect because everybody here is spirit, and magic beats spirit. So Kale has a super easy time surviving here. We have the lineup for the clan boss now. Kale has a quadra shot, but I actually turned it off on the first one, but she increases speed. Kale just does a hit to the shield. Athel takes the shield down and sometimes places a weaken. He can place 100% heal reduction, which is just a nice little security in case the Fire Knight doesn't go down. He won't heal. If you have somebody that places heal reduction, Rocktooth, guys, if you are struggling with Fire Knight, Rocktooth is campaign farmable. Oh, I forget which stage he comes from. I want to say it's 5, area 5, but I'm not sure. Here, let's quickly check that together. I mean, I'm sure you can check it on your own, but if we go to campaign Felwyn's Gate, I want to say, yeah, here he is. So you can get Rocktooth. He's got a 50% heal reduction if you don't ascend him, and 100% if you do. So I ascended mine just for the 100% heal reduction. 100% heal reduction means no healing. It means healing is essentially completely blocked. So, let's look at the presets as well. So I don't know how many of you might be struggling out there with Fire Knight. The shield is often a problem. Stage 6, he's still only got 5 hits to the shield. if you jump up to stage 7, I think it becomes 7 hits to the shield, and it kind of ramps up gradually after that until Fire Knight 20, I think, is 10 hits. And by Fire Knight 25, I think you're dealing with 12. And then Hard Fire Knight, it goes all the way up to 21. Hard 10 Fire Knight is nuts. And to think, I have an endgame team that can sometimes do it, but not all the time. And that's stage 5, Gavin. That's the wrong affinity. Don't do stage 5. That's gonna be a shit show. So Gale is now 6-starred and at level 40. He can do a crap ton of damage now. I want to showcase him in the clan boss. I actually managed to instantaneously do clan boss, but we'll get to that. So let's look at the team setup. Here is Fire Knight 6. And Skink is there for the aura. Honestly, that's the only reason he's here. The rest of it kind of doesn't matter. Like if you look at the round 3, I said favor this just in case he places the decreased defense. I haven't built him with enough accuracy for that to matter. Typically for accuracy, when you're fighting in any of the dungeons, you want to have about 10 times the accuracy for the level you're at. So if you're at Fire Knight 6, you probably want at least 60 accuracy. So Skink isn't making it. That's okay. Athel actually does have 60, so maybe I'm a bit wrong about the calculation because she's still not placing the weaken as much as I want her to. But she's here for the triple hits, and that does help take down the shield. Kale, if you time him right, you can come in with his Quadra Shot. I actually delayed it by a turn, though, and instead just open with this one because I have a Thel to break the shield. And I like to have this Disintegrate with all the many poisons. You can have up to 4 poisons get placed. It's 4 powerful hits. And if I can get all of that to hit the Fire Knight in a row, he can die in 1 hit at this level, which is really amusing. So we have Diabolist. I have her open with the Electrical Storm. Basically, I have her not do anything. So she's the fastest on the team, but she's basically just using an A1 to allow Kale to come in and kill everything. Because I want to save her increased speed for the Fire Knight, just so that we get more turns relative to him. Positive Charge. This kicks in right after his shield drops, so she's actually doing turn meter damage to the Fire Knight. She's boosting the turn meter of the whole party. I'd probably now replace Rocktooth with Apothecary, honestly. We'd probably do that right now, come to think of it. But I don't know, the team runs pretty smoothly as it is. I mean, Kale is just a damage-dealing monster. I'd love to crank this up when we have some better gear. This is basically the best gear on the account, or the best lifesteal combined with Cruel. And his damage rating's pretty good. I'd love to get his speed just north of 200. That's like a good early game goal, is to get enough decent gear that you get a whole party that's north of 200. Right now, basically, it's just Diabolist. But because of her turn meter fill, if she opens with Positive Charge and she gets a 15% turn meter boost, you probably only need to be at about, what's 15% under 200? I guess it's 170. So if I could get a whole team to be 170 or better, then we have a team that beats that speed. And also with Sun Wukong's Aura Lead in the arena, for instance, we really are making it. So here's what the arena team looks like these days. Just to show, I'm gonna look for the easiest team that I could just sort of gimp. We made it to Silver 3, so the opponents are getting harder and harder, but we could probably take this team. So we got Skink in the lead. I did the same thing as with the Fire Knight. I basically decided I was going to go with a mono affinity team, so I'm calling them Magic Hour. And this is how Magic Hour works. They come in. I'd probably replace Athel with Apothecary at this point, just because she's not going to be doing that much damage. She's just here because she's a 4th magic champion. Or I could level her a bit more, but right now she's very gimpy. But as you can see, Kale picks up the slack. He does the damage. He's very fast. Every time he scores a kill with his AoE, he gets a bunch of turn meter back. So that's Magic Hour. His speed is effective. And actually, I just see what I said is I had a speed or a lead, but I don't in that team. I'm actually using an attack or a lead. But here, for instance, Sun Wukong's speed aura is 28. So that basically makes Diabolist's speed 241. Probably even more, come to think of it, because I think her base speed is something like 104, 106, something like that. Apothecary's nice and fast too. So I'm going to get him in speed gear. We could even do that now. I want to remind myself how we're doing in this tournament. This will give me a sense of just how many we need. So we come to Champion Chase. Our exact points are what? So here we go. The next thing is going to be, and I'm blocking it, 1492. All right, so we're at 1492. We've still got the mystery shards. There's like 450 of them. And we got +2 ancients. We can, of course, also add the 6 more. If we can wait until we have 900 gems, if we can get 900 gems, to like wait for 900. Because if we can get 900 gems, that's 11 ancient shards. So we'd have 13. We are getting at least one more from, where is it? From the shop? 24 minutes from now, we get another ancient shard, come to think of it. So we're getting one more in 24 minutes. So we will definitely have that. So we can say this is 3. If we can wait for the 900, instead of getting 6, we could have 11. So that's where we're at. I'm going to see if we can get 900 gems, trade for 11. I'm going to do the boring thing of pulling a bunch of these. You know what? Let's pull the mystery shards now. Maybe something good will pop out. Let's put my hat back on. Is that on straight? There we go. Straight enough. Okay. We're going to pull just 3 sheets. 3 sheets of mystery shards. These are not going to contain any rares. It'd be nice if we just see we're going to get a rare. That's not going to have any rares. I mean, rares are pretty rare at this level, honestly. And no. Well, worth a shot, right, guys? So I'm going to pull a whole bunch more. We'll see what we get. I am pretty happy to have pulled Apothecary. I am pretty happy to have pulled Hoskarol. I think they're both going to be really good for the account. So we've checked in. It is clan boss time. Oh, we're at 0 seconds. We have enough time to actually check out what we've done. So did I hit this level? I don't think I tried it yet. But normal, yesterday, I managed to 1 key. Where are we? 7.12 million. This is what we managed to get to yesterday, just thanks to Kale being like level 34. And he's level 40 now, so it'll be even better. And he's easily been 1 keying this area. So it's 5.86 here. It's 7.12 here. We got some really powerful bets here. I suppose. I mean, I've even got 16 minutes yet left. I could try hard now, but you know what? I don't like the affinity. That affinity is very hostile towards my team, and anyway, it's gone. So let's see what we got. We got some gauntlets with HP %. That's actually really solid. These might be the best gauntlets we have for a healer. We're getting some gems. Gems are good. And we talked about wanting to get to 900 gems. Let's see if we can do it. So we've got some HP percent boots. That's also a good thing to have on boots of the Immortal set, all things considered. So I'm probably going to train up Apothecary for the Clan Boss team. I'm probably going to use Apothecary everywhere, honestly. But he's not ready right now. We've also got Rathalos. Rathalos is going to be important. So let's do a quick check here. It's just remove him. Rathalos, 30% in dungeons. So that actually doesn't help us here. He's not ready. He's not ready. Let's just use the Clan Boss team. For now, I know that this did, and to be fair, it did one key, but it did the one key because the affinity dropped to Spirit. Because you saw it with Spirit yesterday. And that's when Kale managed to do like 5 million damage. 3 million damage is not bad, though. It's not too shabby. So we'll do that. I'll just clear easy as well. No, I won't. I'll do that when I have a key. I'm not spending 100 gems on that. We need to save our gems for those shards. We probably need to save them for the shards. We'll see where we're at. So I'll check in tomorrow. Because if I can pull 10 tomorrow, that's when I'll do it. For now, what else do we want to do? I guess this is where we slow down and we do another looking over of stuff. We actually have one more code I could use. Mid-game 24 subscribed. That's what I want to do next. I am trying to remember if there's anything good that we get. So, promo codes. Mind games. No, not mind games. Mid-game 24 subscribe. And some energy, a book. You know, I mean, you can't complain. These are kind of underwhelming codes, honestly. I mean, the brews will probably help with champ training. The book is always good. This potion, it's ×5 too, eh? Okay. That's probably going to help with Sun Wukong, actually. Tavern, ascend. Hey, Sun Wukong can ascend now. I might save this for CVC. It's not critical that we ascend him beyond 3 points right now. I don't even think I have any jewelry for him yet. Come to think of it. Do I? Oh, he's got a ring. He's already got the ring. That's all he's got. So, I mean, I'd have to ascend him all the way to 5 just to get an amulet, and then we still have to have an amulet, which we do not have. We have, what, 130 coins? That is not enough to even purchase any more artifacts. So this is where we slow down, and we go back to the usual grind. So we've got the dailies, the clan boss, the missions, the challenges. As I've said, though, the missions and challenges are basically on hold. I'm gonna do the kind of coder language bleep out. These are on hold until we finish the fragment series of events. And we did clan boss, in fact. So basically, let's do the dailies. We've got a lot of them done already. Increase champions level at the tavern. That's always an easy one. We can just man, Rathalos. Rathalos, gain a bunch of levels. Let's just use one brew for now. And make an artifact enhancement thing. You know what? There's an event, isn't there? Yeah, it's already open, come to think of it. This is a kind of a challenging one for us. This is another point of contention with new games, and particularly on this account. We are very, very starved of silver. We're at about 250 points, just north of it, 758. We need to get to 2,000 points for these fragments. So, the silver we have now is not going to be enough. It just isn't. It probably will take about 2 million, maybe 3 million to reach what we want, but we have been diligently fighting Fire Knight for a while. So let's see. We could take what's new. So this stuff is new. There's a lot of cool stuff in here, but also a lot of gimpy stuff. So we could go rank and rarity and just isolate anything that's the lowest rarity level. And I could say, all right, the shields, for example, I know that these are garbage. So let's sell these off. And some of the rest of the stuff, though, looks like it'd be good. Attack percent, probably never going to use that. Defense percent with a little defense on it. Again, it's probably never going to get used. I definitely want to keep these gauntlets. This is the chest piece I was considering from the other day. It is a 5. That's part of what gives me pause. 5 stars are just worth more points in this event. So I don't know. We have to sell a bunch of crap so that I could build a bunch more crap. I have taken a look at Kale's gear, and because this doesn't have the main stat of accuracy, I'm not sure it's worth building up. We're not going to get any more attack percent out of it because that was already rolled. So we don't get that. Flat attack is going to be worth hardly anything. Then we move on to this. We'd be getting a bit more flat attack here. But again, it's worth hardly anything. We've already rolled as much accuracy as we're going to get out of it. And we could get attack percent out of this one, out of the ring. But honestly, it's an HP ring. I'd rather have a different ring. And have this ring maybe go to somebody else. So I'm not even sure whose gear to roll up, because now, of course, we have Rathalos. Man, he looks cool. Man, you look like a badass Rathalos. Or Rathalos Blademaster. I guess Rathalos is the monster that he hunts, and so like his armor is probably made of Rathalos chitin or something like that. Rathalos talons. I'm gonna guess Rathalos is some kind of dragon. So he's going to have the decreased defense that I can automatically place on the boss. This guy's going to be nuts. This is going to be so good. I love the ignoring defense. Ignores 100% of defense on the boss. So whatever you can get into his attack. However high you can crank his attack and then his crit rate and crit damage. That's the damage that he does. He doesn't have to contend with any defense. Because attack does straight up damage. I don't know. This would be a good thing to know. Does anybody out there know the damage calculation when it comes to like attack minus defense and all that? I think defense is just straight up damage reduction. I think there's just like a kind of an asymptote, like a curved graph that tapers off, so you get diminishing returns beyond about 3,000 defense. You're getting almost no damage reduction anymore. It's something like that. Anyway, do I have anything particularly exciting to get through? Doom Tower. Yesterday we did attempt a Doom Tower. I manualed through level 5. I got angry. I wanted my revenge against the floor. So I got through that. We have a secret room. We could attempt to do the secret room.
These are optional challenges with great rewards, but you must follow special rules to complete them. You need silver keys to enter secret rooms, and you can only best each room once.
And it's actually not true that you can only beat each room once. You could beat each room as many times as you want. Like if you want to see if you can get a better score. But you don't get new rewards for it. So rares only is going to be something. This is where I'd say we really want a stun set on somebody. We do have stuns. This guy can provoke. I don't know how accurate that's going to be. She can be our speed lead. Who else would we even want? Where's Apothecary? We want Apothecary. I mean, he's really not going to help us here. Let's get our Reviver. We want War Maiden too, don't we? So who gets replaced? You know what? He's not going to be able to keep everybody alive long enough. We're going to bring War Maiden. So this is what we're going to do for the secret room. I think we're all going to die. Here, turn off auto. Um, so we got to hit everybody right now. Ooh. Well, that's not as bad as I remember. This is rotation 1 as well, so uh, we might have a chance here. Let's definitely take out Cold Heart. And War Maiden, you can slam down your Crumbling Blast. She doesn't do a lot of damage yet. So Skink. We've already placed that. We could get somebody with heal reduction. And we can provoke someone and put increased attack on everybody. Let's provoke her. And I'm really worried about what's going to happen when these Banshees start to attack. We might actually make it through this room. So she protects them. That's going to make them a little harder to kill, but I think we could do it. Do I want to try to hold off on this? I don't know. I think I shouldn't press my luck. I'll just do this now, and we'll go into overtime with these guys. So we get the electrical storm. We're under increased speed. I think Kale's probably fast enough to wrap around to his poisons again. War Maiden. I don't know. Just use your A1 War Maiden. Get an extra little poison. War Maiden with her teeny tiny poisons. Her poisons that are almost as small as her bikini. But here we go. Let's favor her just to make sure she goes down. Okay, she's going to go down. So let's pick on this Cold Heart. Maybe we can even provoke her with his A1. Not as such. Maybe we can place another little mini poison. And they've got increased defense now. Now they're going to be even harder to kill. Oh, is this where it's all going to go wrong? Oh no, I lost my turn meter. Alright, here's the big one. Boom. Alright, let's take out Cold Heart if we can. Can't even take out Cold Heart. But you know what? I think we can do it. We'll favor Cold Heart. I'm even gonna leave it on full auto because I can't stand to watch anymore. But I think we made it. Boom. Nice. We've completed our first secret room. And we get a little bit towards Archmage Helmut. Archmage Helmut is seriously one of the best epics in the game. He's completely amazing. And at this rate, if we can only do Secret Room 1, we will get Archmage Helmut in, what, 3 years? So obviously we need to start pushing the Doom Tower at some point, because I would love to get Archmage Helmut into the mix. He is crazy good. He's got amazing crowd control. So we've got all this stun. Mind you, if we wanted a stun epic, we did get Hoskarol. But Archmage Helmet does it too. Basically, he can book this up to, it's a 50%, books up to an 80, I think. 65, 70, 80. With the right mastery, he gets even more. And I even like to put him in a stun set so that even his A1 and his primary hit still has a small chance to stun while he stuns everybody else. And this is a tricky one because basically you have to target whoever you're okay with not stunning so that you stun everybody else. And then this is just a nice bunch of buffs for the whole party. His speed lead is, you know, it's decent, but I mean, Sun Wukong is already better than that. He can't be turn manipulated as well, so badass. But remind me, does Hoskarol have like a 100% chance to stun? I think he does. It's a 50%, book it to 75. With the fearsome presence, it could be 80%. So that's pretty good. I think that's about the same, isn't it? You get to 80%. Putting him in a stun set, I, I might actually say put him in a provoke set because then you have a much bigger chance to get that provoke out. That's going to fold in onto every hit. So you have your 30% chance to stun here, which books to 40. It'd become a 45. And then you'd also have like a 40% chance to inflict provoke. And you might even put like a frostbite subset on him. So he could be a real nuisance, this guy. So I'm going to look for ways of building him right now. What do we have? Let's look. Let's look at the gear. We don't have any frostbite because, of course, we haven't fought the frost spider yet. There is the frost set, but it's not as good. It just isn't anywhere near as good. But this is an option, and it would get synergy from. We go to the masteries for a second. It would get synergy from fearsome presence. This is the one you kind of want when you got your crowd controller. Fearsome presence affects things like stun, sleep, freeze, fear, true fear, provoke, sheep. I'd forgotten that it affected sheep, come to think of it. I'm glad that's on this list because I totally forgot. As opposed to all the other ones, basically this is the one that it doesn't affect. And you can, of course, get both onto a champion that has a little bit of both, a little bit of the debuff category and a little bit of the crowd control category. But this guy's just stun. Stun, stun, stun. Fun, fun, fun. So, how are we doing for time? We're about 46 minutes in. I think we've covered a lot of what we wanted to do today. How are we doing on quests? We need to make an artifact upgrade. So I need to make more silver. That's something I'm going to have to do. So tomorrow I'll either have done my homework or I won't. But for now, let's pick something promising looking. So we'll look at rank and rarity. What's 6 that we could build? This, I mean, the flat HP on the boots is kind of not great. The speed stat may turn out to make this awesome. We do an instant upgrade. Hey, we got speed. Well, that's kind of neat. These boots could be shaping up to be pretty good. We could roll these up to 12. Oh my goodness. We're getting speed on the subset. That's hilarious. So these boots, like, this is still not as good as, say, if we just got a 4-star speed boots. But this is not bad, particularly for an early game account. I mean, this could probably go on Apothecary. If we get enough speed, I like putting, I like giving Apothecary extra turns. Could go on Apothecary, could go on Rathalos. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of choices here. A lot of good choices. A lot of things to pick from. I've already got somebody in Relentless. It was this guy. He was on my Fire Knight team for like 10 minutes. And then I remembered, oh yeah, we have a Thel. Gavin. She's one of the starters. She's like an epic. And I was there using this kind of gimpy uncommon. But he does have 3 hits on the A1. I've even almost fully booked him. Although at this point we're probably just going to take him off the roster. He's probably just a check-in at this point. Because we now have for the buff removal, we have Sun Wukong, who is just way better at it. And we also have Grinner, who's able to do it. Here he is. He's our reviver. So he's got to revive, and he's able to do it to the whole party. We even booked him all the way. I'm getting a little bit of buyer's remorse for booking Grinner. I took a look at Mr. Burrito's account, and he went ahead and got himself Djamarsa from the Barbarian section. There's a whole bunch of hoops to jump through, but honestly, look at the number of hoops I'm jumping through to complete this fusion. It almost feels silly that I didn't just go ahead and also jump through the hoops necessary for Djamarsa, because she does have revive the entire party. It's on a 5-turn cooldown, which is a little bit slower than Grinner, but she's reviving the party. He's only reviving a single target. It does mean you'd need to use epic books to book her. Um, but we also have this really good heal. There's Chronum, which is just it's crazy trying to get Chronum, so I wouldn't be going for Chronum anyway. I don't even remember what Array 1 does. Oh, it places sleep. So that could have its uses. She can decrease cooldowns randomly, and this can happen basically constantly. If you reduce this 3, 2, 1, she can actually make you cycle through your turns a crazy amount. So yeah, not a bad champion. Um, you think she's worth going for, given the hoops you have to jump through? Basically, you have to do the where even is it? It's this tab. There's the referral program. I am not going to do it. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do it. I mean, unless a bunch of you get together in the comments and say you got to do it. We want to see you using Djamarsa. Djamarsa's a totally OP reviver. What are you doing, you bonehead, with Skinner? Skinner, Gavin, really? Skinner's like just just not good. I mean, even if you think about faction specific stuff, I don't even know if I could justify building Skinner for just the faction. I was calling him Skinner. Grinner. My bad. Because if you just scroll up to the epics, you got Gorgorab, who is better in every way. He's got a full party revive. He's got like a turn meter fill, an HP fill. He's got a nice speed aura for the arena, so you could just put him in the speed position. Again, we don't need it. We got Sun Wukong. Um, we got turn meter fill here and increase attack. Big version. He's kind of like a mini version of Arbiter, honestly, and he can remove buffs, although he's doing it on his A1 on a single target. Anyway, what was the consideration? Oh yeah, basically my point is we don't need Skinner anymore. He's a chicken. That was a really long-winded way of explaining that, Gavin. Way to go. So here's our Ancient Shard. This is going to get added to the pile. So we got 3. I'm going to be pulling these in future. I'm not going to pull them just yet. We are going to try to crank up the gems to here. But as for the parting question, let me know in the comments. Do you think I should just sort of, buckle my shoes and go after Djamarsa? Just because of how much power she'd bring to the account. And honestly, like, we did not get particularly lucky. Acquiring Djamarsa would actually help. This is what occurs to me. We're 50 away. We need a bunch more. And if I were to go after Djamarsa, hang on. Yeah, it's down here. If I were to go after Djamarsa, we'll just go DJ for 250. That's an extra 250 points. It's kind of hard to sneer at that. And I'm thinking really, because we didn't get lucky, we didn't have the worst luck, but we almost had the worst luck. Like we pulled the worst of everything point wise that we could have pulled. Point wise, of course, I am happy with Hoskarol. He is a crazy good epic. He's like one of the best epics in the game. There was a special fusion just for Hoskarol, and a lot of people did that. I did that fusion on my main account. I thought he looked like he'd be really powerful. Good for faction wars. Good for everywhere. Um, and we did get Apothecary, who is maybe one of the best rares in the game, particularly in the early game. He's going to change the account. So we pulled good champions, but they weren't worth the good points, and that's the point. So the question is, should we do the extra work that's involved in doing getting Djamarsa for an extra 250 points? We might need the points. How shy are we right now? We got 1492 when last I checked. Out of, and I should put this is out of 2,500, not 25,000, 2,500. So this is what we're looking at. We need another 1,000 points. Another sheet of rares would be worth maybe only 100. It could get very rough. So we got an extra 450 points from here. That'll get us halfway there if we just kind of do a lot of leveling up, like what we'd be doing at the tavern. Is we'd be leveling stuff to get rid of champions, making space for more pulls. I don't want to like willy-nilly just start chewing up epics that I don't like. I mean, I'd be pretty comfortable just gimping her, for instance, but I don't want to be too callous with the way I start throwing away rares. Like I'd probably be okay getting rid of Galek, but here's the other consideration. We also want here's another thing we also want. This is going to make Kale more powerful right now, in fact. So without hesitation, I'm coming straight to Dark Elves, straight to this section. Boom, boom. This is going to make Kale more powerful. So he's got 10% more HP now. If I can get another set of these lovely ladies, I could get him attack, and so on. All this stuff adds up to make a better and better Kale. If you started with one of the other champions, then it's basically the same thing, but go to another faction. So if you started with a Thel, we'd want Templars or whatever. We got 2 of them. We are using a Thel, so you know what? We want to make sure we don't drop them. For High Elves, we got a single Heiress. Yeah, that's not really going to help us right now. But these are other considerations, so I'm going to spend some time with it. I'm gonna draft a plan. I'm going to draft a plan for what we're going to do with all this stuff. But I think we can make it. This easily is going to get us to 2,000. Djamarsa would get us an extra 250, and that actually means if we get lucky and we pull one more epic out of a sheet of 10, this does involve using all of our gems. So 2-part question, and then I'm gonna let you go. So 2-part question: should we get the 900 gem exchange for 11 ancients? Should we do this? And should we go after Djamarsa? That's the question that I'm leaving you guys with. And that's all I got to say for today. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Hang on. There is one more thing. Do we have time? Is there still time in the hour? We're at 58 minutes. So thanks for not hanging up right when I said that, because I think we have another key. So we have another key. I could just do the instant easy, but I want to see what hard looks like. We'll check out what hard looks like right now with this team, and this way I can kind of compare it to changes that I make tomorrow. I'm gonna gear up Rathalos Blademaster. I'm gonna gear up Apothecary. They're probably both gonna make the team. So I'm not really sure who's coming off the team yet, but probably Skink. It's not like he's particularly well geared. Rocktooth, I don't even know why he's here. I think Rocktooth is just here because he's magic, and Skink makes them a little bit better, but he absolutely needs to be replaced. He's not going to be doing much of anything. See, I mean, they're already dead. But Skink is going to continue to do dividends because he's the Aura Lead. So he gets Kale's attack higher. Sun Wukong is just the next best champion I've got. You know, I probably could be using Shield Guard in the Clan Boss team also. I don't know why I didn't have Shield Guard in place of Rocktooth, honestly. But this is actually the 5 that I used for one key, the normal difficulty one. So, but again, on Magic Affinity. Spirit Affinity. On Spirit Affinity. So Kale is basically the damage dealer. And this is why you want to ascend Sun Wukong. Like, he's just going to keep popping back up now. And he's probably going to be the one taking the stun hits instead of Kale, as long as he's up for them. Kale putting out all those poisons. This is why I suggested taking all of the extra masteries that improve the poisons. So the poisons are now potentially 1 turn longer, and have a 5% greater chance of landing. I think I took both of those on Kale. Now I can't remember if I took those masteries. Well, that's it. So what do we get? We got 2.9 million. That is nowhere near 1 key territory. And, okay, we got 2.9 million. It's like 2.912 million is what we needed. So basically, if I didn't have such a stupid team, we easily could have at least got the warrior chest. But we'll come in again with a stronger team later in the day, I guess. I'll come back and do it. It won't be we, it'll just be me by my lonesome. But yeah, so we come back to the market. This is where we need to snatch up as many of these as possible as well. Like this Death Hound, that's worth a point. Cool. But we're still shy a number of points. I don't even want to look at these boots. Attack percent with a speed subset. Man, we cannot afford them. No. I need the silver. If silver weren't an issue, but silver is absolutely an issue. So let's just finish farming Fire Knight. I could probably even crank this up to a higher level, but we're seriously almost done. I may be only 200 points away from completing the whole series of events. So I didn't leave that on auto farming, but it doesn't matter. So here's the closing question again, just to reiterate it one more time. Do you guys think I should splurge the 900 gems for 11 more ancients? And, you know, part B of the question, should we go for Djamarsa, like a really, really solid epic reviver, can revive the whole party, can make the whole party better. She's Barbarian faction. There's a lot that works for her. Barbarian is one of the factions we want anyway. Should we go for her? That's it. Let me know in the comments your opinions regarding either of these or anything else. And as always, thanks for joining. See you on the next video. Take care of yourselves.